Empowered. Empowered. Empowered.
Oh, you pulled with the Hulk now?
Frontal.
I want to make sure I have aggro on this guy. Yeah. Oh my IO. So I want my IO. I hate the tornadoes this week. Like, it's just annoying.
Fuck, I was muted. I unmuted it. I'll have to
Oh.
voice over the beginning of this or something.
Rip.
That'll be fine. Or people can just hang out and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I forgot to unmute. But
Empowered.
Crystal ground.
anyway, 16 Neltharian's Lair, which you probably know at this point. But this warrior is just moving inside of the thing.
AoE. Razor
Frontal.
shards.
Yeah, frontal is going out. Careful, Hoosies. But yeah, the new dungeon was really fun. I enjoyed it. Healing it was a little more challenging than I thought it was going to be. It's particularly Morchi.
AoE.
Morchi was interesting. Like, I like in a dungeon actually having to
Frontal.
care about your placement a little bit as a tank to absorb for something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't get stuff like that as a tank too terrible often.
AoE. Razor
Frontal.
Yeah, I don't know. My favorite, like, what do you call it? My favorite boss I've tanked recently was Sarkrath, man. Mythic Sarkrath was really fun. There's just so
AoE.
much going on. It was like, it wasn't just like taunt swap on this thing. There's like a billion different things you have to worry about, right?
Oh yeah, I was watching that. That was come up by yourself, fight the boss by yourself for a short while. It's like,
It probably seemed more dangerous than it actually was, because you essentially just like, you just
yeah,
pop CDs and then you just live for a couple seconds, and then everybody comes up and you're fine.
yeah, I noticed you also had like a paladin bubble you before they went down, so you had a solid amount of protections for a good bit.
Well, the bop isn't actually for that. The bop is because whenever anybody goes down on Sarkrath, it puts this like destabilization debuff on you. It just does damage over time. And what the bop does is it just removes all those debuffs, because 19 people go down, so you would have 19 of those debuffs, and it would just kill you. So the bop makes it so you don't have to worry about that. But do you want to skip this or do you want to pull it?
I was gonna pull it.
Okay, I was just asking.
Empowered.
I don't really know who I should.
Empowered.
I'm just gonna. Yeah. I don't know who's doing our damage. I think it actually.
Systems.
It's like,
What's our overall look like?
Stone gaze.
The pally. So I'll just keep yanging the pally. That sounds like a good plan. We can skip this if you want. It's fine.
I'm
We'll
gonna
just pull
take
We'll
it just because
route stuff.
Yeah. Oh crap. Well, I just realized I'm logging. I didn't get
Avalanche.
the prompt. Whoops.
Logging. Oh, like logging the key.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. It doesn't really like hurt anything.
No, it's remember I was telling you I get these weird frame stutters on combat pool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Avalanche.
I was looking into that. Apparently it's a common issue.
When you're logging stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Do you have like a pretty good computer? Is it fairly old?
I got a 3070 and a 5800X.
Yeah, you should be fine, I think.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Fracture. Piercing
Frontal.
shards. Petrifying totem.
Totem.
That magic dot just trucks you, man.
Yeah, maybe I'll go back in defensive stance for a little bit.
You're fine. I just
Fracture.
focused you for a quick second while you had it.
Piercing
Frontal.
shards.
I made a nice little macro that bounces between stances, so. I don't bind it to everything like you were suggesting. That sounds way too complicated for
Bind
me
what?
to want to go through.
Oh,
Bind a
Yeah.
stance to like all the different abilities.
no. So I bound it to just my
Move.
avatar
Totem.
button.
Totem.
Because
Oh,
every
okay.
time I avatar, I want to basically be in that stance, and then I have a weak aura that reminds me when avatar fades that I'm in battle
Empowered.
stance, right? And what that makes me do is I see that and I'm like, oh, go back into
Fracture.
defensive stance, right? Because I'm not.
Frontal.
There's no reason to
Frontal.
buff my
Totem.
damage when I'm not like bursting or
Totem.
anything, right?
Okay.
So basically, I just go into it whenever I avatar, and then I go out of it whenever avatar's over. And sometimes I go right back into it anyway, because if like in really big pulls, sometimes that extra like 20%
Fraction.
damage reduction is really nice.
Piercing
Frontal.
shards.
Move.
Avalanche.
It's fairly common, I guess, in hierarchies for a priest to dominate mind one of the pelters in these packs, especially on fort weeks.
That makes sense. Because they
Avalanche.
hurt.
Yeah. And on hierarchies, like the pelters just kind of one-shot people, so your priest will just dominate mind. I kind of wanted to try some disc stuff, but I'm afraid. I don't know anything about it, and I've heard disc is kind of one of those specs that's kind of hard to
Dance.
figure out if you haven't played it a lot, right?
Hmm.
Ducky offered to teach me a little bit, but we
I was
haven't just
trying to
sat down and
level
do it
up
for a
yet.
while, and it is
Totem.
just trying to wrap my head around that. No, don't just heal them. Do prior amending or something, and then punch the boss.
Oh, yes. It basically seems like it rotates around you putting shields on people, and then you like putting shields or like using some of your abilities puts atonement on people, and then when you do damage, it like heals them over time according to how much damage you do, or something, right?
Oh no! Oh, that was unfortunate.
Sunder.
What was unfortunate?
I used my trinket before he landed, and he was immune.
Oh no!
Ow.
Strike of the mountain.
Whoops.
Feels bad, man.
Bellow of the deeps.
Totem.
Yep.
Totem.
Sunder.
Out.
Strike of the mountain. Sunder. Sunder.
Out.
Strike of the mountain.
That's the one thing that happens sometimes.
Bellow of the deeps.
Totem. Totem.
Stance of the mountain.
Oh, hopefully somebody's got this. 'Cause,
I'm watching. I think I have it.
I think it's this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the
They,
same
they
one.
seem pretty confident about it too. So.
Stance of the
Yeah,
mountain.
it seemed pretty good.
Sunder.
Out.
Strike of the mountain.
Oh, you got that one.
Sunder.
That's always scary when you get it as the tank, because you're like, oh.
Yeah,
You don't usually
I don't
get
got
it.
a lot of room to move.
Sunder.
Got a boss. I got a position on top of all this.
Yeah. Script's doing a really good job of not like standing and things. I haven't really had to heal anybody more than you normally would, right?
Gotta pull the Crocs, right?
Yeah, that should be fine. With this route anyway. It's fun learning all of the crazy little things that priests can do.
Thank you, Hunter, for misdirecting and
Empowered.
pulling that. That was actually fantastic.
Empowered.
I actually pulled all of it.
Uh,
I think he did misdirect you though.
he did, yeah.
I'm over here like, oh, I did that though.
I just saw his projectiles before yours, I guess. No
Oh.
bad.
I shadow were pained and holy fired some stuff, so I was just like,
Alright. Things that don't have projectiles.
yeah, true. Yeah. I just
Dance.
felt so
Out.
Empowered.
unappreciated.
Oh, you're appreciated. Trust me, you're appreciated.
Worm call.
I guess I'm gonna
Front
PI
wall.
Not
the
have
Worm
this,
hunter.
flying totem.
Add.
Be
Metamorphosis.
currently
Totem.
doing this kind of
Metamorphosis.
content if it wasn't for you helping me
Out.
learn it.
Oh, you know, I think a lot of like Mythic Plus. I've heard that there's.
Out.
So I've been watching a lot of people, a lot of like I like watching like Zero to Hero series and stuff like that. That's kind of why I decided to do one.
Out.
And in some of them, people are like, I'll watch them and they'll be like, I've never done
Frontal.
Mythic Plus, and I've always been afraid of it because of like people can be kind of rude in them.
Out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Woo.
I just went ahead and GA'd you there.
Worm call.
It's fine. But
Add.
Metamorphosis.
Frontal.
File.
yeah, people can just be like jerks about it, you know, about
Out.
things.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was one of my problems. Like, I'm willing to queue up for them now, especially with my... Why is there's always something not hitting me? Fight me.
Fight me. I've noticed Threat is like, this is one of the first times in a while Threat has seemed to be like a kind of weird. Like, it's just hard to get aggro on things sometimes because of how much damage people do, or you know, they're bursting on targets that aren't the main one that you're hitting or something, right?
Rancid
Yeah.
Law. Worm speaker devout. Toxic
Add.
rash.
Bloodlust. Ads. Ads. Ads.
Rancid Moi. Toxic reg. Toxic reg. Rancid Moi. Spiked tongue. Spiked tongue.
Empowered.
The Pally must have sent us CDs a little earlier. I missed a CD or something
Spiked tongue.
because I'm sending it on
Toxic reg.
the hunter's getting PI now.
Rancid Moi. Worm speaker devout.
Ads. Ads. Ads.
Toxic reg. Rancid Moi. Frenzy. Toxic reg.
It's such a fun boss to heal.
Spiked tongue.
There's actually a lot of healing to do.
Spiked tongue. Spiked tongue.
The, telling me or saying that you switch stances with, Avatar. I've been doing that a little bit more, and At least with that particular fight, because that's usually when I use avatars on bosses.
Hmm. Yeah, that's
So,
usually when I try to avatar going into pretty much like whenever it's on cooldown or off cooldown, right? But yeah, I try to battle stance whenever I do avatar. Unless I'm like afraid of dying. That's kind of the biggest caveat.
Power
Moves.
skin.
And whenever that happens, I just will immediately switch back
Burning
into
hatred.
I'll just
Burning
immediately switch
hatred.
back into defensive stance.
Mm.
It usually works out pretty well.
Move.
Avalanche. Ember swipe.
Frenzy.
Ember swipe.
Empowered.
Ember swipe.
The warrior just sent avatar on this for some reason. At like 10% left.
He's doing what he can.
That is one thing I don't do, is if my CDs come up like mid-pull, I usually don't send them. I'll
Empowered.
usually hold them
Ember
for like the beginning of the
Down.
next pull or something like that, right? When there's more mobs to hit with it.
Mm.
Buff.
Ember swipe.
I'm sitting here like, why is it not getting shield? And I realized, oh right, I ran out of
Ember
charges.
swipe.
That would make sense. It's weird to go from like wondering why I'm not tanky enough to now I'm using the thing because I actually remembered, so I
Ember swipe.
am confused why I can't use it because there is limited charges.
Yeah. What that is that's just us we're just not doing keys of a high
Ember
enough level.
swipe.
If you're not feeling challenged. But we're getting to the point where we're gonna need to like we're gonna need to start farming like 17s and stuff.
Ember
And
swipe.
I'm gonna need to make a cloak. I need to build my spore cloak one of these times. I was gonna do it before this
Buff.
video, but I honestly forgot about it.
We can do that after the boss.
Yep.
Alright. Go ahead and do.
Face away.
Crystal spikes.
Move.
Oh, okay. Never mind, you're
Magma
fine.
Sculptor.
Add.
I know what you're doing. I was worried because it was facing towards me, and I'm like, he's gonna
Burning
slam me.
Slide. Molten crash.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, the warrior or the pally is just letting this thing beat
Crystal
on him,
spikes.
so
Move.
that's a thing.
Landslide. Crystal cracked. Molten crash.
Hey, we did it.
Crystal spikes.
Move.
Landslide. Molten crash.
Oh,
Hide
he only
away.
does
One.
one.
Hmm?
Hide.
I was thinking he was gonna spawn another golem, but he only does one golem for the first wave.
Yeah.
Crystal spikes.
So he's gonna
Move.
spikes. Now he's gonna do tank
Landslide.
combo.
Empowered.
Molten crash.
Now he's gonna crash. Now he's gonna spawn his sculptor right now.
Magma Sculptor.
Add.
Let's try.
Burning
Fixate.
hatred. Crystal cracked. Landslide. Crystal spikes.
Move.
Be real careful about standing near that fire. It does grow over time, and you might run into it, and it'll put a dot on you that'll last forever.
Landslide.
Oh,
Molten crash. Crystal spikes.
Move.
Magma
Hide.
wave.
1. Hide.
Yoink.
it was like, okay.
I just saw him casting, and you were kind of there, and I'm like, well, I'll just
Crystal
yoink him over here.
spikes.
Move.
Landslide.
Why is that on me?
That does happen
Molten
sometimes, and it's
crash.
really annoying, isn't it?
Oh well, at least I have no excuse for, you know,
Magma Sculptor.
this.
Add.
Or unless he puts it over there a little bit.
It's like in
Burning
front and to the
crystal
right of him,
spikes.
so...
Move.
Landslide.
Bam!
Crystal cracked. Molten
Why was the
crash.
paladin there?
I don't really know... But we're fine.
How about trinket? There you go. Yep.
Let's go.
Avalanche.
Oh,
Oh. Oh.
that was me not paying attention. And I think the pally was standing in front of you. Well, shit.
Avalanche.
I guess I run back real quick.
I was gonna try to pick you up.
Oh, you have the engineering racers?
No, I have no Army knife. Or, yeah.
That was pretty painless dungeon.
Yeah.
Almost rechested it.
Pretty smooth up until the the end there.
Oh, I forget that like when the dungeon ends, you don't need to worry about like
Anything.
yeah. Because it's all immune.
Looks like it's either you or the paladin that got something.
I don't even know what I would want. Kind of getting to the point where I want to be one level higher so I can look at getting hero track gear, right? For upgrades. A ring wouldn't be too bad. A ring upgrade. Pants, boots. A neck wouldn't be horrible either. Is that a decent neck? Oh, I was gonna ask the warrior if he needed a neck, but he left already. I mean, there's plenty of stuff I can still get for upgrades. Nothing I'm too worried about, though.
Yeah, it looks like it's either yours or the paladin's loot.
I should start running back-to-back Neltharises if I can, too, because there's the trinket I want is out of there. I've just been running the Mirror of Fractured Tomorrows for now, but I didn't get it. It's the Pally. Yoink. Give me your loot. Oh, I can't use it anyway. Well, thanks for watching, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed our little talk as we were running through the 16. 16s feel pretty easy now, so it's been, we'll keep going, and maybe we'll push to something a little higher. I don't know yet. Thanks again for watching. We hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!